Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Luke. Both here to give you some more opinions that you still haven't asked for.
That's right. Movies, TV shows, or video games that made you cry.
Okay,
Or at least came close.
I've got some that made me cry for sure. The first thing that pops into my head is Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, yeah.
You're familiar with it?
I think I might have cried during that as well.
I think not only did I cry, I think I bawled like a kid when I watched that. Wow. It was
like when you broke your arm or something, you cried like that.
Yeah, exactly. It was like breaking an arm, but I was watching a movie. It's the highest praise possible. Okay, I didn't bawl, but I cried. I had a good solid cry over it. It's like the most depressing thing I think you can watch.
Yeah, it's an intense.
From the first 5 minutes, you're like, this is not gonna end well.
Yeah.
See, this hasn't started well. It's not gonna.
Especially
end
if you know history.
What
happens in World War II.
Spoiler alert: the Japanese don't win World War
II. Yes, they get bombed twice by nuclear warheads.
I'm not laughing at that.
No.
That's very serious.
Yeah. Do you have any more you want to add?
No, that's it.
Is that just because you don't want to say anymore? Because you're embarrassed, or
no,
there's just the one?
Not embarrassed. Just admitted to the camera that I bawled, like I broke my arm. Your words, not mine.
Yeah. Hey, you used them as well.
When I was 8 years old, I watched Larger Than Life with Bill Murray.
Wow. Okay.
The elephant.
Yes.
I think I cried when the elephant went away at the end of the movie.
Wow.
But they were such a good team.
They were.
But he had to go back to Africa, so in the end, it's kind of a bittersweet,
right,
kind of thing.
Because you don't want him to live in captivity.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not so much captivity, but just Bill Murray and an elephant walking down New York streets. It's not how nature. It's not how it was intended.
Yeah.
I've cried for weeks, total time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this always by yourself, or are you with other people?
I don't cry in front of other people.
Nice.
It's a sign of weakness for a man to. It's also a sign of weakness to laugh, though. So.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. So maybe if we could stop.
Yeah.
Crying and laughing so much.
We will.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Awesome. Let's just.
You think that's hard for me?
No.
No, it's not.
I would hope not.
Right.
Because if it was, you're welcome.
Schindler's List.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good classic movie that you're supposed to cry for.
It's a tearjerker for sure. Yeah.
And one that I was quite embarrassed by crying about or crying for.
A girl you liked was there?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, no. I was married now.
Oh, okay.
So
that's good.
But I did still like her.
Nice backpedaling.
Yeah. Still had affection for my wife.
I know so.
And still, currently.
To this day and forevermore.
Yeah. We watched Up in theaters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was me and her were crying within, that first montage, right?
Very sad intro.
It's just this is going to be a fun, good movie.
Kids
and it's
movie,
just
yeah.
Boom, you're sad and you're crazy happy after Disney. Disney
they're
knows
masters
how to do
at that.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Mastering your emotions.
Great movie too.
Yeah. Yeah. Life is Beautiful.
Never seen it.
Yeah. It's an Italian movie.
Okay.
This will make me feel like a film.
You're a cultured guy.
Yeah,
for even saying that.
Yeah. And it was good. It was it's a very sad movie. So.
Okay.
Good movie though.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to check it out. I love foreign films. I love.
Sure you do.
I love
I'm sure
subtitles. I love reading stuff. What is a documentary that actually got you inspired to do something?
I was mulling this one over before, and I've watched quite a few, and sadly most of them have not got me to do
the
anything.
Desired impact.
Yes. I mean, after watching Blackfish, I don't really want to go to SeaWorld anymore.
Okay.
But I mostly just wanted to go on the roller coasters at SeaWorld anyways. I didn't really want to see Shamu.
Supporting them. It's supporting them in general. That's the bad thing.
Good point. I might have even bought a plush toy there. But no, I think the main thing, it's kind of a lame answer because it's not an actual documentary, but we had the biography channel growing up.
Okay.
And so I watched a ton of quick half-hour documentaries about certain actors or directors and like comedians and stuff that inspired me to actually get into trying to make movies and comedy.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's kind of...
Well, I don't really have any documentaries that got me to get up and actually do something with my life. Take a lot more than a documentary to get that crank turning. But a documentary I always came back to and I do still find inspiring in some ways is called the American Movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about a guy from I think Milwaukee, and he's in the movie. It was shot in the 90s. He was in his 30s, and he wanted to make like a great American movie.
Right.
And so he jumps through all these ridiculous hoops and like tries to raise funding for this movie on a script he hasn't even finished.
Before like Kickstarter and stuff
like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's seriously like knocking door to door to get people to invest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and so in order to fund his main movie, he then has to shoot an older movie that was half finished called Coven, which is the word's actually pronounced Coven, but he calls it Coven. And it's just like this guy, and he's got a divorced wife and 2 kids, and he's got to like keep his family together, and still he's working at his lifelong dream. There's little movies he shot on Super 8 from when he was like 14 years old.
Oh yeah.
And he's been working at this his whole life, kind of thing.
Right.
And to this day, that movie was shot in I think 96 maybe, something around there. To this day, he is still shooting movies and trying to. And if you go on his Wikipedia page, his name is Mark Borchardt. It says on his projects Northwestern to be announced. Like it's still there in production.
That's his American movie.
That's going to be his Great American movie. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I don't know. There's something kind of cool about this guy.
I saw the trailer for it, and it's
really good.
Incredibly interesting.
Yeah. There's just something nice about this guy who, in the face of like everybody saying you need to stop this, just refuses to quit.
Oh man.
I like stories of down and out old people still trying to do things.
Live the dream.
Exactly.
Top movies, top TV shows, top video games that you should have loved, but they just did it wrong. Like the premise was good, the idea, the plot was good, but it just wasn't executed properly.
Okay, I think I've got a video game for this. It's called Singularity, and in theory, it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
It takes place at an
alternate cool name.
Yeah, I know, right? Just hooks you right in.
Yeah.
But then it's just nothing but disappointment. It takes place in sort of an alternate history where the Soviet Union becomes a superpower in the future, kind of thing.
Okay.
2200. I don't even remember, but.
Right.
But because I found the deposit of some really rare mineral. And anyway, it lets them control time, basically. The idea in the game is that you can control the flow of time.
That sounds incredible.
I know. If you make a mistake, you can theoretically go back and undo what you just did. And you use it to solve puzzles, kind of thing, make time flow. And it's a really cool idea, but there's nothing ever happens with it. Just a really crappy game that is really boring, and the time thing.
So sad.
I know. So many great concepts. Now no one's ever going to try to do time.
I know.
They're all scared because of Singularity.
Yeah, that is literally. I feel sad. That was screwed up.
Never even heard of it, but it's. Yeah. That'd be my answer.
For me, I think of a TV show and one movie that wasn't made. The movies were Alexander. Do you remember that? Have you seen that with Colin Farrell?
No. I'm sorry, I've never
And like
heard of
Anthony
any of
Hopkins. There's actually Angelina Jolie. Like there's
Oh,
tons
wow.
of like
Stacked
huge
cast.
names in it. And Oliver Stone, I'm pretty sure
these.
directed
Yeah,
it.
really?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, and it was supposed to be like amazing. And there's some really good scenes in it, but most people agree, like critics agree, that it's just a horrible movie.
Horrible.
Yes.
Not even just mediocre, eh?
I think horrible. Maybe just because everyone's expectations were so high.
Yeah.
If they weren't that high, it might be considered.
It sounds like
movie.
a recipe for goodness.
Yeah. But at the time, I remember hearing about that it was coming out, and Oliver Stone was doing it, and I was pretty pumped. And then also Baz Luhrmann was doing. Or this is what I heard. That he was making another Alexander movie as well, like
Okay.
both about Alexander the Great. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Those are two very different directors,
Mhm.
right? Like Moulin Rouge and JFK, kind of like this is going to be cool to see both of these movies. But then Baz Luhrmann's just never came out, and I think it's because Oliver Stone was making his, and then he made it.
Overshadowed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, there was just one made, and it was just made horribly. So it's just, there could have been
It's
two
like- it's
to
like
like
the-
compare and contrast, and they both might, so.
Reminds me of the Dune
Bummer.
story.
Yeah.
It's like instead of having one really great one,
Yeah.
or
I saw that
Two.
documentary.
we just get one kind of bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is disappointing.
But just because Alexander the Great's like just one of the most interesting life stories
Mhm.
that we know in history, right? Like, just like conquered the majority of the world, and he was like 30 years old or whatever. It's just
Ancient
it's
history.
interesting.
Ancient history biopics just seem to always be bad.
It's true.
There's just
It's probably because we just don't really. They're either just not realistic enough,
too epic.
or we just don't know enough about the story that it's just too fictionalized.
Fill in the
that
blanks
it's-
with like sex and
Yeah.
drugs. Just like
That's
Alex
kind of
used
what
to
Alexander did. And then my second one is the TV show Revolution.
I've also never heard of this.
No?
No.
Yeah, I think it was out for one season, and it was kind of like some of the same people that made Lost. So I was pretty pumped because I loved Lost. And you've heard of that, right?
Lost, yeah, of course.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Whew.
I'm not that
At least we're on the same
uncultured.
page
Jeez.
with something. Revolution, the concept essentially was that I love post-apocalyptic things.
Oh yeah, same.
So this was kind of that concept in that, like, power, like the grid just didn't work anymore. And like batteries didn't work, and there was no power, no electricity worked for whatever reason.
Okay.
So it's a cool premise in that, like, what would the world do? Like, what would it look like if just power just didn't work? But I think it was just too far-fetched. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, why don't batteries work? Like, why is it, like, why can't you just have generators? You know, like,
Could have honed it in a little bit.
yeah, like, can we just have gas-powered generators?
So-
and, like, just
Was it bad? Was it just not like
It was
well
like-
written or?
it was like very similar to Lost in that it was kind of over the top acting, but with Lost it was like you were really engaged with the premise, so you didn't even care that it was like overacting. You were like, they're not even reacting enough, you know,
Right.
like. But in this show, it was just like you're still kind of hazy on the premise, and like it just wasn't done
Doesn't
well.
grab
It was
you.
like it could have been so cool, you know, like.
Yeah, it is a cool concept.
Yeah, they were like hauling around like helicopters with like horses, like horse-drawn carriages and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Like, that's kind of cool, you know, like if you could do that right, that'd be like just, you know, Mad Max or like Fallout kind of like things going on. But yeah. What band or album or song do you actually like, but you shouldn't? A guilty pleasure.
Korean pop music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's my only answer.
K-pop, right? K-pop?
K-pop, yeah.
That's what they call it.
And also, this is not a guilty pleasure. I'm not guilty at all for acknowledging this.
Okay.
But I do actually enjoy The Notebook.
Okay, yeah.
I like it.
I that was another movie experience that I had with the girls that I liked.
Did anything happen with any of these?
Yes, no, my wife was there. My future wife was there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and yeah, and when all the guys there were just way too into it.
Into the Notebook?
Yes.
You can't not be into it.
Yeah.
Once
It's great chemistry between
yeah,
Ryan Gosling.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It's good. It's a good movie. Don't laugh. I've seen it like 4 times in my life.
Wow.
And I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I think it gets it's ages like a fine wine.
Wow,
that's better.
I did not expect you to say that.
Nobody expects it, but
that's true.
I think deep down everybody who says they hate The Notebook secretly loves The Notebook.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, you said K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the genre of music that is kind of my guilty pleasure is disco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really do love disco.
Huh.
Like ABBA and like Donna Summers and like just like the classic. I don't even know that many artists that are like disco. It was a pretty short era, I guess.
There are probably reasons for this.
Yeah, I understand. I get it.
No, that's fine.
But it's
K-pop.
it's just great stuff, yeah.
Okay, that's a little far.
Probably my favorite song that I'm kind of I feel guilty for liking, that's not disco, is Crazy in Love or Crazy Love by Beyonce featuring Jay-Z.
Okay, that's
have you heard it?
I'm not like familiar with it, but
okay,
like
yeah.
I mean, I can see why just based on the words you just said why it would be in the guilty pleasure category. Hey,
yeah.
There's no judgment here.
She's an artist.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone would deny that.
No one.
A lot of people are artists.
Yes, yeah. Self-proclaimed
Yeah.
or proclaimed by others.
Exactly. There's no limit to what's possible.
And probably the artist that maybe it's not quite a guilty pleasure, but it just doesn't really fit into what else I like is Ludacris, the rapper, the MC.
Really?
Yes.
Ludacris.
Or
Is
Beer
that
and
a real?
Chicken.
I thought like you like listening to his music, or
Yeah.
it's sort of like this is funny to listen to.
There's some songs where I'm like, yeah. Like, I wish I could identify with this because I like this.
Seriously.
But I still can't identify with it because it's so far gone from my culture. But
Right.
But
Niverville white person.
yeah,
culture.
yeah, Canadian prairie culture.
Yeah.
But I just love it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm not too far removed from Korean pop culture.